खबर शामिल करते हैं बरतानिया से। माजिद खान की रिपोर्ट के मुताबिक बेडफोर्ड से फ़लस्तीन पर बरतानिया तकरीर की इतला दी। एक्शन ग्रुप मिस्टर लॉकी और ग्रुप ने बेडफोर्ड शायर कम्युनिटी से मुलाकात की, जिसमें मस्जिद अक्सा पर हमले और मर्दों और औरतों को अजियत देने की वजाहत की गई। लॉकी ने मगरबी दुनिया को एक उम्मत के तौर पर इकट्ठा होने को कहा। हम इस तकरीर की मेज़बानी के लिए इमाम याज और मिस्टर इरफान का शुक्रिया अदा करते हैं।
Day after Suella Braverman made her statements recently about this, what you actually saw was a case of over 20 people, seemingly from an English background, found guilty in Wolverhampton court for these types of crimes. Okay? Now, rather than putting those people's faces on the headline, the BBC actually put on the headline pictures of Palestinian flags in front of the court, because that very day you had people from Palestine Action up in court. So what you have is an attempt to cancel our ability to be politically active in this country. What you have is an attempt to establish a hierarchy of political subjectivity, meaning you do not have the right to have a say about the way your taxes are spent. You do not have a right to have a say about the policies of the government in the place that you live, because you are being pushed back constantly by the real, very clear structures of racism that exist within our society. Now, to just make clear what Palestine Action is. Now, we exist within a system where policies which contradict with what Israel want are very, very difficult to achieve in this country. You've seen a deepening of relations between the British government and Israel, and setting up stalls in town for people to come and get information about what was happening in that factory. At the same time as that was happening, Palestine Action were going into the factory and shutting it down. Now, what that led to was an impossible equation for the company, because the company has one choice. Either they spend more and more money for security, which will bring the overheads of their business operation up exponentially, or they leave, and they leave. And that's what happened. The community in Oldham and Palestine Action, acting together, were able to move Israel's largest arms company from their midst. It sounds unbelievable, but it happened. The arms company, the subsidiary, which was Ferranta Technologies,
as Loki mentioned, they have two factories in Staffordshire, one in Chepstow called UAV Engines, which produces engines for Israeli drones. They have a factory in Tamworth called the LEAP-KL, which produces parts for the Merkava tank. And they have a factory in Leicester where they build drones, and in 1 year this factory in Leicester sent £5 million worth of military equipment to be used against the Palestinian people. They also have a factory in Kent. But I'm just going to go back to this factory in Leicester, because on their own website this company boasts about how their watchkeeper drone, which is the exact same drone they use in Gaza, developed on the Palestinians, just with a different name. The watchkeeper drone has operated for over 100,000 hours in Afghanistan and Iraq. Now, as you can see how I talked about before, how many things started in Palestine, and this is just one example. My mother's family are from Iraq, and I remember very well when in 2003 this country followed the US to invade the people of Iraq and killed 1 million of our people. And during that time, it was only a few years in when we lost contact with our own family because they had cut the internet lines and the phone lines, and for many months we didn't know if they were alive or not. Alhamdulillah, they were alive. We finally got in contact with them through a neighbour. Now, this factory in Leicester, not only are they being used in Afghanistan and Iraq, or have been, they are now used to monitor the English Channel to try and stop migrants from seeking refuge in this country. So we can see how the same company from displacing people from their homes to when people are trying to seek safety and refuge here, it's the same company profiting along the way. Alongside the